Imagine a city so vast, so powerful, that foreign travelers compared it to the greatest capitals of the ancient world. A city with massive wooden walls, bustling markets, and a government so advanced it amazed outsiders. Now imagine that same city fading into obscurity. This is the story of Pataliputra, once the beating heart of ancient India, now living on as modern Patna. Patliputra began as a small settlement around the 5th century BCE, strategically located near the confluence of major rivers like the Ganga and Son. That location changed everything. Rivers in ancient times were highways for trade, movement, and communication. When the Magad kingdom started expanding, Patliputra became its capital. And then came a turning point, the rise of the Mauryan Empire. Under Chandragupta Maurya, the city transformed into the political center of a vast empire. But it was under Ashoka that Patliputra truly reached its peak. At this time, it may have been one of the largest cities in the world. Greek ambassador Megasthenes described it as a massive fortified city with 64 gates, hundreds of watchtowers, a highly organized administrative system. This wasn't just a capital, it was a symbol of power, order, and global influence. At its height, Patliputra was more than a political hub. It was a center of trade connecting different parts of India, a hub of culture, philosophy, and governance, a melting pot of people, ideas, and innovations. Imagine crowded markets, royal processions, scholars debating ideas, and officials managing one of the earliest large scale bureaucracies in history. For a time, Patliputra wasn't just important, it was the place to be. But no city stays at the top forever. After the Mauryan Empire declined, power began to fragment. Later dynasties, like the Guptas, did revive the city for a while, but it never quite reached the same heights again. At the same time, nature started turning against it. The rivers that once made Patliputra powerful began to shift their courses. Flooding became a recurring problem. Infrastructure weakened, stability declined, and then came repeated invasions and political instability. Without a strong empire to support it, the city slowly started losing its importance. As centuries passed, the world itself changed. Trade routes shifted, sea trade became more important than river based inland trade. New cities, especially coastal ones, began to rise. Later, during colonial times, the British focused on port cities for economic and administrative reasons. Patliputra, now known as Patna, was simply not part of that priority. It wasn't destroyed overnight, it was gradually left behind. Today, Patna still stands busy, crowded, and historically rich, but it no longer holds the kind of power or influence Patliputra once did. And that raises an interesting question. Did Patliputra fall, or did the world just move on? Because cities don't just rise on greatness, they rise on timing, geography, and opportunity. And when those change, even the greatest cities fade. Patliputra reminds us of something powerful. Even the mightiest centers of civilization are not permanent. They are just moments in history. If you found this story interesting, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into forgotten histories.